Hi, and thanks for tuning in to the CBA Podcast, a place where we chat about our own recent achievements in the area of electronics, software and mechanical engineering, and more likely than not, give excuses for not having done anything at all. I am Michai, and on the other side of the internet is my co-host Piotr. Today we'll be talking about planning to fix home computers, the anatomy of a welding machine, being cheated in a computer store, and the science and skills behind metalworking. So anyway, did anything useful?
Well,
or not useful? Or
not
or
much.
anything?
I've got the welder, as I already wrote to you. So all the gear is somewhat either acquired already or going to be collected during the next following days. So the bottle with gas will be collected on Thursday, and probably some first welding test is going to take place on Saturday morning. So hopefully that will go fine. I don't know.
Okay.
And you did anything?
I didn't do anything. Useful podcast. So, okay, what I'm going to do, I can tell you some things from the past, and I can tell you what I'm gonna do this Saturday. This Saturday is trying to fix old computers. I think I told you. So there's old home computers with all two-layer boards, all hand-routed, I think. So see what's wrong, connect so you have a computer, connect like the drive and the monitor and the speaker, see what doesn't work and try to fix it. Like some stuff you can see, bad solder joints or stuff broken, or capacitors blew up or something like that, so you can fix that. And if that still doesn't work, then it's a bit more searching.
So what kind of computers? Because if you say that you're going to be fixing old computers, it sounds like you have new ones. But we all know.
No, it's even old for me. So that's Commodore 64, that's from 1982 or something like that, 82, 83. So they have a bunch, somewhere else in the Netherlands, they have a bunch of these computers, and they're just an unknown state. So some work, some don't work, some are missing parts and so on. So now we're labeling them, and then trying to first fix the real simple ones, simple mistakes, and then what's left, try to fix that. And at some point there are ships broken and so on, so you have to swap these because they don't make these ships anymore. And also ICs, desolder them and then put a socket there, so you can swap some things around, see where the problem is.
So you've done stuff like this already?
Not really. Last time, I think 2 times there, but that was a real simple mistake. So like a connector was broken off, okay, I soldered a new connector, or a ship was missing, I soldered the new ship, sort of. But
you know the system more or less.
More or less, but it's not that complex. It's we're not gonna do that now. But it's a CPU. It's just one board, right? That was all the home computers. It's just one main board, and that's it. Everything is on there. So RAM and ROM and CPU and I/O chips is all there. But it's all through hole. It's 2-layer board. It's nice and big. It's all DIL chips. So and you have the schematic for it. But if like a RAM chip or something like that is broken, then it's a bit of a pain to test it. And you have test programs for that. So they test the RAM, and then they let you see, for example, by painting the screen in a color, because you don't need RAM for that. Or you have a very simple program to show you in which chip the error is, something like that.
And you input, do you test program from the tape, or you have some chip?
From a cartridge. So. But I'm all pretty new to this, so I hope next Saturday is going to be a guy who did this more often with exactly that computer. And that's me and another guy and that guy, and then maybe someone else. So it's 2 lamers or 2 lamers plus 1. experience, or at least one lamer plus 2 experienced guys, and I'll be the lamer then. But that's fine.
So it's from some hacker space, or how?
Yeah,
how
something like that. Yeah, something like that is like a retro computer place. So they have a lot of the arcade consoles, arcade machines there, the big arcade machines, and also home computers and also PCs. I mean, when I say home computers, like 1980s, all in one box computer with a keyboard, that stuff.
I remember here, when I had the first communion service, you have a big party in Poland after this. So most of guests bring you some gifts, some money, maybe, so kid has his probably first big gift in his life. So what I got was money, so I could buy some computer. And I remember how I went to the store with my father, and the seller told my father to buy Commodore Amiga 500 because there were PC computers already, the IBMs, but the seller told us that the future is in Amiga and Commodore, and this PC won't stick. There's no chance for that. Just have a look at how many discs for Amiga we have in here. So yeah, I've got Amiga 500.
I didn't know that. And when was that? Was it 86 or something like that?
92.
It
was 92. Really? 92 or 93, somewhere like that.
Nice one. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I played Mortal Kombat on 4 discs. Stuff like that.
Right. You still have the thing or not?
No, I've got rid of it a long time ago.
Yeah, so this Commodore 64 is much simpler than Amiga, right?
Yeah, I can imagine. It's smaller and less of everything.
Yeah. Simple enough. I mean, it should be simple enough to wrap your head around. So, okay, the welding equipment. So you have a bottle of air and then hoses to connect CO2 hoses to connect the CO2 to the handpiece, I think. Then the wire.
The pressure regulator on the way there. Yeah. So you set up how the volume of gas to be applied around the welding spot, so to say. And that's all.
And how does the wire feed? How does that work? With a motor or something, or push like a wheel that pushes against the wire or something?
Yeah, simply is some simple motor with a wheel, and it's like 2 wheels basically, but one of the wheels is just a bearing to generate the counter force for the main span wheel.
Right. One is driven and one isn't.
Yeah, and it's pushing the wire into the feeding line. That's all. It's I didn't look too much into the tip so far because I only unpacked it from my car and that's all. It's dark in here already.
Okay.
But there's probably some Teflon wire there, like from something that's slick. Like a slider from Teflon or something like this. So the wire goes easily, and that's all.
Right. So you have a wire, you have a gas tube, the regulator, and the welding, the transform. What does it need a How does it generate heat? Even is there a flame or something like that? I don't know how this works.
No, there's no heat. You just short circuit the wire. The end tip of the tool that you hold in your hand.
The wire is one terminal.
Yeah, exactly that. And there's a short circuit around where you apply where the wire meets the soldering surface.
Right.
There's a short circuit and basically.
In
the easiest, in the simplest way, one could explain it like this. But there's a there's at least a couple of techniques to weld. There's something like spraying the metal on the welding spot and joining another metal. There's a whole lot of science around it, but not much that I know about it already, because I can read or see all the shit around, but probably gonna be something totally different when I try it out at some point.
Yeah, I understand. First get that thing, then see what it is, and then focus a little bit. Else, it's a waste of time. Yep. Like we said last time, I never did that. But looking forward to see something. So
I will take pics of whatever I manage to try out.
Okay.
Probably some simple joints, but I don't know if there's any progress. Well, to be honest, I think that the very basic course of welding is like 3 weeks.
Really?
5 days a week, full shift. Yeah, so this is very basic course. So I expect to, learn for long months in here. And
really?
Yeah, because it's not like I will go to the garage and spend 5 days in there non-stop welding.
Yeah, that's surprising. Surprisingly long. I did what was it, metalworking, like you have the lathe to turn the metal, like you have a,
No, I don't have this. Well, it would be cool to have one. Yeah.
I don't have one, but I took, actually I was planning to take also a course. There's a nearby, like a school, technical school, and they give like some volunteer there. Teacher gives lectures on how to use the lathe, but actually it's not just how to operate the machine, but there's, like you said, a lot of science involved, and a lot of tables, and a lot of what to do and what not to do, and tension strength of the material, and how the material is, I don't know the English term, but what kind of material it is, the speed, and the angle of the tool, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And also, like with everything, people think that they are the best and they know the bestest technique ever. So there's a lot of space for fighting and exchanging the opinions. So yeah, I've actually spent 1 month on the lathe when I was in the secondary school. And here in Poland, you have 1 month of unpaid practice. At some big factories, like in my case there was the lathe, and there was some truffle making stuff, like I don't know, the really basic metal works.
Was that like a child labor, or are you victim of child labor or not? No.
Yeah, it's like a class for kids, It's,
we have the same, right?
Yeah, some guy explains how to make some cutting with the lathe. Then he judges it, but yeah, just very basic stuff, to understand that stuff is dangerous and what you can do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, with the light, if you have like a stroboscopic light and it is a multiple of the rotation speed, then you can lose your hands very fast, I think.
You have classes that teach you this kind of stuff all the time in the secondary school, at least here at the electronics school that I attended. But the lathe and the mechanical stuff this is something not so common, because this kind of stuff you only have for 1 month during the whole 5 years of secondary school. Everything rest is shared during all the 5 years. So
yeah, specialized then. I see. So that was all for now. For more information, links and previous episodes, visit podcast.cba.si. Stay tuned, thanks for listening, and goodbye.